Okay, how to progress. What we are going to share with all here will be will be based on the learning outcome of Zhineng Qigong. Perhaps to many friends here, this is something very new. Learning outcome. What do you mean by learning outcome? Okay, let's go. Briefly, we'll be talking about the important points in Zhineng Qigong practice. And because this is quite a sensitive topic, we have to put it down here that we respect the rule of live and let live. We are not here to point fingers. Yeah, we are not going to hear. We are not here to kind of tell you that this is not wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. No, we are not going to say that. Okay, we are here just to share some facts laid down by the founder. Zhineng Qigong is not a cult practice. Please use your wisdom to analyze whatever that I say today, whether it is right or wrong, it's true or false. I might be wrong. Yeah. All points raised are based on the teachings of Zhineng Qigong. Okay. Now, please use the chat to raise your question. If you have any question, use the chat, please. Importance of learning outcome. In some Taoist form, all right, they have this, the Dragon Gate form where they send the qi into orbits, small orbits and then large orbits. They have steps. The first thing you have to do is to transform the saliva into essence, all right? And then you're transforming the essence into qi, transforming qi into spirits, and then return the spirit into nothingness. Now, whether this works or not, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that there are steps there. You do this, when you can do this well, only then you move to the second one, and then the second one, and then the second one. And then in martial arts now, in China, martial arts now, they have 9 dans, right? Of course, in China, they don't call it dan, they call it 段位. 就是段位 is just like the levels. If you have joined any courses before, right? Certificate or degree courses, professional courses and all that, you will understand that there are certain minimal requirements for you to get the certificate. All right, certificate of attendance is something else, but certificate of graduation, let's say you got a degree in engineering, you got a degree in pharmacy, a degree in medicine, that means you must fulfill a certain minimal requirements. Now, what about Zhineng Qigong? What about Zhineng Qigong? There are. And we're going to talk about this today. Yeah. Now, what constitutes progress? Over here, how do we define, during this talk, how do you define progress will be based on the learning outcome. We're not talking about self-healing here today. Eh? I practice Qigong. Oh, I have a bad shoulder. Now I'm getting well. We're not talking about that. We're talking about something beyond that. We're talking about progress. Okay? Now, first, let's go through this question. My teacher said it is not necessary for those who are at high level to have extra sensory perception. Is that accurate? Is that right? Give me your answer. You have an answer? Please, give me your answer. What do you think of this what you call this statement? Is this true or false? True or not true? You can use a chat to say yes or no. That's me. That's it. True, no, false, no. True, no, no, no. True. So we have a mixture here, yeah? Some say yes, some say no. Some say don't know. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what Dr. Pang have laid down. Yeah. What is the purpose of having the 6 levels? Do you remember? I mean, Zhineng Qigong started in 1980s. Do you remember the original plan then? There were 6 levels, right? Somehow, only the first 3 levels were introduced, right? During the early days, I mean, even before year 2000, lift you up, level 1. Body, mind, form, level 2. 5-1 form, level 3. All right, and then you have middle channel Hun Yuan, and then you have middle line Hun Yuan, and transformation to oneness. What has the arrangement revealed? What are all this? Why must I go this way? Why do I go lift chi up and then body, mind, form, and 5-1 form? And Dr. Pang sometimes he was a little bit naughty when he introduced 5-1 form. He said that okay, if you think that you have gone through this what you call you want to jump straight into 5-1 form, there's no problem. But then your 5-1 form is not something like the real 5-1 form that you're going to get. You're not going to get the real effect of the 5-1 form. You probably get something like a level 1 effect. Now, what is lift chi up, pour chi down? So everybody knows now, lift chi up, pour chi down. Okay, I think outside, chi go out. I think inside, chi coming in. I push, chi go out. I pull, chi come in. I'm making exchanges with the outside world. Okay, now, so lift chi up and pour chi down here. We are talking about what? We are talking about our mind interacting with the chi outside the body, right? I'm letting it go and letting it coming in. So we call it external Hun Yuan, right? What is the meaning of Hun Yuan? Hun Yuan means interaction, external interaction. What interact with what? The mind interacting with qi outside the body. So we call it external Hun Yuan. Then the second part is body mind form, second level. What is body mind form? In body mind form, what is happening is that your mind is going to interact with the qi inside the body. Which part of the body? The skin, the flesh, the ligaments, the vessels, and the bones. So in body mind form, the mind is going to interact with qi inside the body, and we call this internal Hun Yuan. And then the third one is 5-1 form. What is 5-1 form? 5-1 form is a practice of the internal organs. Yep. What do you mean by practice of the internal organs? We now know that internal organs is related to the emotions. When you get angry, your liver qi is going to shoot up. Whether you like it or not, it is going to shoot up. When you get sad, something is going to happen to your lungs. Okay? So in 5-1 form, you are supposed to be able to have your mind interacting with the qi inside the internal organs. That means if you practice 5-1 form, if there's a change in emotions, you should be able to perceive the changes. That means if you practice lift qi up, you should be able to perceive, to recognize the changes of qi going in and out of the body. That means in body mind form, when you practice body mind form, let's say when I separate the fingers, I should be able to feel the changes inside my body. Otherwise, this is not Qigong, this is gymnastic. I hope you understand what I'm saying, all right? Now, We have to forget about middle channel Hunyuan, middle line Hunyuan, and transformation to oneness because they were never introduced. And it's unlikely to be introduced because, I mean, if you look into what happened after the year 2000, Dr. Pang has introduced other routes, routes, right? The way to go to Beijing now, okay, you can take this airline, you can take that airline. There are many airlines now. Yeah, not now because of COVID. Yeah, eventually. So what has the arrangement revealed? The arrangement has informed us that our mind must be able to move into the body layer after layer, from outside to inside, and then deeper inside. All right, middle channel, Hunyuan, one channel, middle line, this channel become one line, transformation to oneness. When you are able to penetrate, your mind is able to penetrate into every cell, something like that. Yep. So, what do you think? If your mind is able to interact with something inside, that means what? That means you are able to perceive what is happening inside. You get what I mean? Right? That means if you are able to perceive inside, you would have developed your extra sensory perception. There is a difference between gymnast and Qigong practitioner. Okay? I hope you get this very, very clear. Now, just now we were talking about the levels, the arrangement of the levels, right? But then in Zhineng Qigong, there are more than that. There are more than just one way to describe the levels of practice. Another way of description that's another two ways laid down by Dr. Pang is mind, think of qi. That is the first level of practice. Okay, when I push, I think of the horizon, and then I think of qi going out, like I'm playing a kite. Ooh, my kite is flying out. Okay, and then my mind observing qi. Okay, now I don't have to think like playing a kite. I don't have to think. I can see, I can observe, I can perceive my qi is going out. All right. And when I pull, initially, I have to think. Right? I have to think of qi coming inside the body. Mind, think of qi. Right? And then as I go deeper into the practice, I'm observing. I perceive it. I perceive it. Ah, this is real. I perceive. So my thing of qi, my observing qi. And then you get into what we call mind inside qi. What is mind inside qi? Now, done correctly, I would insist the term done correctly means practice correctly. You would have gone into that state of mind inside qi within 6 months. And I'm not talking about practicing hours and hours every day, right? I'm talking about practicing correctly. Maybe you practice a lift qi up half an hour a day, okay? You would reach that minimal level of mind inside qi. I'm sure many of you here have experienced that before. What is mind inside qi? That you're in a class, all right? When you gave a command or you surrender to the command of the class, of the teacher leading the class, the moment that you pull, you follow the command, or you gave the command when you are practicing on your own, the moment you say pull, you feel that the qi is propelling you to your arms to come in. When you give the command to push, you can feel clearly that the qi is propelling your arms to go out. This is not high class stuff, huh? Don't get wrong. This is actually quite what I call a comforting level, but quite still elementary stuff. You go a little bit deeper, you can feel that the moment you give a command, go, everywhere is getting into that experience, right? And I gave a command, Qi is propelling the whole body into movement. Yeah, it can be gentle somewhere else. It can be a little bit more somewhere else. Like the movement may be large on the arms, but the movement can be very little on the lower limbs, on the legs. That, oh, okay, my feet are also doing push-pull. That kind of a sensation. See? So that is what we call mind inside Qi. Now, and then mind and Qi as one. This one is what we call, even mind inside Qi is one wide, what you call a category. When it comes to mind and Qi as one, it will be another issue. Okay, this one I cannot explain. Right? I do not really know that what I'm experiencing is that one, so I cannot explain this one. Okay, so this is one way. When you look at the practice from the interaction between mind and Qi, then you go deeper. Mind think of body, mind observing body, mind inside body, mind and body as one. They are actually very, very similar with mind Qi interaction. This one, okay, I practice by my body mind form. Okay, the moment when I separate my fingers, I have to look inside. I have to observe what my fingers are doing. When I'm moving my arms forward, I have to focus inside. I have to think of my body. See? So it is not like daily activities. When I am trying to reach for a glass, my attention is on the glass, right? When you practice body mind form, when I am reaching for the glass, let's say I'm reaching for the glass, I'm observing, I'm thinking of how my body is moving. Okay, and then subsequently you are observing what is happening inside when you move, right? And then you come to mind inside body. Mind inside body, there will be something, also a wide category. Mind inside body, sometimes some people they practice lift chi up, or what you call three centers merge, or body mind form well enough. The moment you give a command, normally a very, very commonly experienced initial experience of this mind inside body is that give a command to, okay, lift up diagonally, arms were here. You give a command, they were here. You don't even feel the existence of the arm, something like that. Yeah, that is mind inside body. All right, then mind and body as one. Mind and body as one is one very, very high level, that your mind is penetrating into each and every cell, right? I mean, again, I cannot explain this one. But theoretically, that means my mind is inside my body. My mind is in command of my body. I want to grow taller now by 5 inches. Poop, 5 inches taller. I want to be shorter by 5 inches. Poop. Body will be shorter. Something like this. Right? Now, again, when we were talking about all this, my thing of this, my observing this, my inside Qi, my and Qi is one. What are all these talking about? What are all these talking about? It is all about your perception, the ability of your mind to infiltrate your body and your Qi. Right now, what have these pointed out? Well, they have pointed out that if you practice correctly, your mind is going to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your body. So now the question again, is it possible for those in high level to have no ESP? You answer. All these were based on the lectures of Dr. Pang. You let me know. Now, is it possible for those in high level to have no ESP? Please answer. Yes, it is not possible. It is not possible. That is, please don't take it that I am pointing fingers, right? What I want to stress again is that many people has mistaken this practice as gymnastic, right? Push the mountain. Why you push the mountain? Why? Why do you push the mountain? Because the mountains were there? You have to know why you do this. What is the mechanism behind? Yeah. Why Dr. Pang arranged it that way? What is why in terms of levels of progress he put it that way? So he put it there for fun, or he put it there because this is the learning outcome? Now, today we just talk about the minimal requirements as laid down by Dr. Pang for level 1, lift chair, porch down. So initially, Dr. Pang said there are 4 requirements, 4 minimal requirements. What do you mean by minimal requirements? Means if you think you have done the lift chair correctly and you are doing fine with the lift chair, then you should experience 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1 is perceiving the open close of the surrounding chi. I push, whoa, everything is opening up. I pull, oh, something is coming in. Yeah, this is number 1. Control the open close of chi. How do you control? That means you can just think of, let's say, I think of my finger opening, closing. Or I just sit down, I just think of my body opening, closing. I can control this mentally. Yeah, that means this is a way. This is a way of controlling the chi. Okay, what is ESP? ESP is extra sensory perception. That means you're able to pick up information without relying on your sensory organs. Okay, now extraordinary capability. Extraordinary capability means the capability beyond ordinary, right? Extraordinary capability is a large category, right? Over here, we are just talking about one aspect of extraordinary capability, which is extrasensory perception. So extrasensory perception means extra, outside the ordinary perception. I have to see with my eyes to know what is this and that, what is this color. I have to listen to know what is that sound, which key. I have to touch, whether to feel whether this is rough or smooth, right? I have to taste to know whether this is spicy. So these are things that I pick up information through sensory organs. But in ESP, we pick up information directly. Extrasensory perception is outside the sensory organs. Okay? Now, that means actually when you talk about Qigong practice is all about extrasensory perception. It's all about extraordinary capability, right? Now, control the open close of Qi. Perceive the directed Qi. This one is a little bit tricky, not tricky, but a little bit. Something like, okay, you are standing there. Someone is pointing at the back without touching you. And you know, you are pointing to my left shoulder blade, something like that. Yeah. And then number 4, develop ESP. You would have developed your extrasensory perception. Initially, when Dr. Pang put this down, can you all hear me? No problem, right? Okay. So number 4, develop ESP. Initially, Dr. Pang said this. He said, okay, maybe number 4 is a little bit demanding, right? But you must have the first 3. That was back in early, I think it was back in early 1990s. Subsequently, Dr. Pang added another statement, right? He said, it is not possible for you not to have your ESP develop if you have done your lift chi up reasonably well. So you see, that's very naughty. Initially you say like this, now you say like this. Not possible not to have your ESP develop. But, well, he put down the requirements. He is not just saying, he's just saying the things like, you practice, you will get this. No. He has more than that. He tells you how to practice. He said, how do you practice to develop your ESP? And why do you practice lift chi up well enough? You will not, you will, if you practice a lift chi up well enough, it is not possible for you not to have your ESP developed. Why he put it that way? So number 1, he said, look, what is the thing that let you feel? What make us feel? I touched the board here. This is smooth. Yeah, I touch the skin here. Wow, this is silky. Now, why I can feel so easily when I touch? It is because of the sensory nerves, nerve endings, sensory nerve endings. They're all at the skin level. They're all at the membranous tissue level, right? And when you practice lift chi up, we are talking about external hunyuan. We are talking about mind interacting with qi outside the body. What outside the body? 3 levels. 1 level, primeval qi. That one we can forget about it. For the time being, we have to forget about it. Why? Because the level of qi of the primeval qi is so refined, that it is not possible to pick it up or detect it until and unless we have reached that level, high level, whereby the mind is able to focus onto itself. Okay, so we forget about this. Second level of qi, that is the bodily qi that is surrounding us. The bodily qi surrounding us, when you push, something expanding. When you pull, something coming in. This is 1 level of qi that you'll be able to perceive rather easily. And then the 3rd level of qi is the level of qi that is on your membranous tissue. Yeah, on the membranous tissue. Those who have practiced correctly, slow enough, they will be able to feel that. See, and that membranous tissue have plenty of nerve endings there. And the nerve endings are the one that is able to pick up information I'm sorry, the rest of them have no problem with the sound system. So maybe you can sign out and come in again. Yeah. So if you are working on this level, you will be working on the nerve endings. Your ability to feel, your ability to perceive would increase tremendously. All right. So he said, because of that, it is not possible for you not to have your ESP develop. Okay, I think that was in 1998 or somewhere around there, many years ago. See, but it is logical, isn't it? And then he was kind enough to tell you that, okay, now you tell me that, oh, I have done so many years, I still cannot have my ESP. Then he said that, okay, slow down your push pull. If you're able to do your push pull, so, and then to one cycle, 1 minute, all right, and you're able to do 30 here and 30 here, then you would reach the minimal requirement. That means if you are able to do this, your ESP will be there. Yeah, this is from Dr. Pang, yeah? Now, then the second thing, what about body, mind, form? What do you think about body, mind, form? It is all the same thing. See, what are the minimal requirements? Yes, number one, you must be able to do it and feel the changes inside, right? When I move, let's say I separate my fingers, what is happening inside? Of course, you have to know what is happening when you are separating your fingers, what is happening when you are arching up, you are flexing up your wrist. You are stimulating what? You're stimulating which channel? Yeah, over here, the one facing the sun, they are the yang channel, the positive channels. Here, the negative hand channels. So when I'm moving, oh, the hand channels that running up to the head. No wonder. That's the reason why I feel it. See? So this is again the learning outcome. It is not that how long I can do this. Yes, you have the drill. Yes, definitely. But don't do it like a gymnast. Okay, I can hold it long enough. Don't do that. But what is changing inside? What is happening inside? When you hold your arms that way, are you able to feel the changes? A layer, a layer, a layer, and go deeper and deeper. 5-1 form, I already said. 5-1 form, if your body mind form is good enough, you will be able to perceive, this man has a backache. L4, L5 not doing that well. 5-1 form is not about how well you can stand on one foot. No. 5-1 form is not about how well you can pronounce the syllables. No. How beautiful the syllables. No. It is about what? 5-1 form is about the changes inside the internal organs when you are emotional. Are you able to perceive it when you are getting angry? What is happening to your livers? When you are sad, what is happening to your lungs? When you are happy, what is happening to your heart? See? So when you practice 5-1 form correctly, you would be able to perceive, you would be able to perceive the condition of your internal organs. Yeah, when you are in fear, what is happening? We are in anger, what happening? That's it. Now, then one last question. What is the special characteristic of extrasensory perception? What is the special characteristic? What do you mean by special characteristic? Special characteristic here means, you see, if you can perceive the condition of others, you may not be able to perceive the condition of yourself. Listen carefully. When you are able to perceive the condition of others, you may not be able to perceive the condition of yourself. That's number one. Number two, when you are able to perceive the condition of yourself, you would be able to perceive the condition of others. This is a special part of ESP, right? That means you can see outside, doesn't mean you can see inside. When you can see inside, definitely you can see outside. Why? Anyone who can give an answer? Why is this so? Why? Why, when I can see inside, I can see outside? Why, when I can see outside, it doesn't imply I necessarily would be able to see inside? No, it is not that. It's not about whether the chi is the same or whether you're connected or whatever. No. See, I can see outside. It means I can pick up the information of somebody else. Because you are focusing your consciousness only on one. You're not concentrating in your interior. Okay. Now, because all of it blends together. No. You see, all through our life, we were brought up in a way that we look outside, we listen outside, we taste what is from outside. You see, our attention has always been outward focusing. Yeah. Our attention has always been outward focusing. So the impetus or the strength or the habit of focusing outside is very, very strong. But our ability to focus inward, our habit to focus inward, the strength to focus inward has been very, very little. I mean, when you close your eyes, normally you sleep, right? Only when you are practicing Qigong or when you are doing meditation that you close your eyes, you don't sleep. See? So Qigong is all about inward focusing. When you are able to inward focus onto yourself, inward focus and outward focus is all about focusing. When you are able to inward focus, when you are able to do that, it would be easy for you to focus outward. Think carefully. When you are able to focus inward, it also implies that your ability to stay focused would be much higher. Okay? When you're able to focus inward against the norm, I mean, normally you focus outside. So when you're able to focus inward, your ability to stay focused would have gone much higher. Then your ability, let's say, now you have this ability to stay focused, to pick up information inside yourself. Then when you focus outside, it will be easy. It will be easy. You get what I mean? All our life, our attention is outside, right? So when you can pick up information inside, there's no problem for you to pick up information outside. But when you can pick up information outside, it doesn't imply naturally or automatically you will be able to pick up the information inside. From here, if you go back, the requirements for body mind form, I will be able to perceive inside. 5-1 form, I will be able to perceive what is happening inside. All right, I pronounce this to what is happening inside. Gong, what is happening inside. I feel it inside. Then my ability to perceive outside will be very much easier. Very, very much easier. Again, I have to remind you, and this is not from me. This is from Dr. P, Dr. Peng. Now, we're going, so I think more or less we agree now, all right? If you practice Qigong, if you practice Zhineng Qigong, that done correctly, your ESP would definitely develop. So we have to agree that what Dr. Peng said is true, okay? Now, since 1980s, Zhineng Qigong started in 1980s, until now, there were, in the last 20 years, there are many changes. Okay, to me, these are all the routes, like Dr. Peng is introducing more airlines for you to fly to Beijing. Yeah, in 1990s, we have level 1, 2, 3, lift chair, porch it down, body mind form, and then we have what we call 5-1 form, right? And then late 1990s, before Dr. Peng was, I mean, he had a schedule. Okay, by 1995 on, I would introduce this level 4. So came 1995, he looked at it and said he's not happy. He said, well, the Qi level is too low, not good enough. So don't introduce. You all work hard first. Then somewhere around 1996 or 97, cannot remember clearly. So he introduced 8 Qi cultivation method, right, to strengthen the Qi much more, right? So there will be one set. These 8 levels, 8 exercises, not levels. And then came year 2000 when the center has to be closed. So Dr. Peng said, well, during then he had plenty of time because nobody invited him to go around to give talks anymore. So he said he sat down and then he did the review, and then he found that, well, the internal Qi of you fellows are not good enough. So he introduced straight leg sitting and Tai Chi ball. Zhineng Tai Chi, this name was not what you call given by Dr. Peng. Yeah, it was not a name originated from Dr. Peng. It is because of you have Tai Chi ball there. So subsequently, somehow, I do not know how. All right, I mean, it started many years ago, and we call it Zhineng Tai Chi, and then it's something like this. So Zhineng Tai Chi is one series, straight leg sitting and Tai Chi ball. Okay, then this Zhineng Tai Chi, after Zhineng Tai Chi, okay, there was a period of absence. Then came 2016. Dr. Peng introduced this N chanting or Ng chanting. Yeah. What's the name of the practice? Looking for Y2T, looking for the Qi of a central nervous system. It was explained in such a way that if you can reach, I mean, if your mind is able to focus onto itself, you would reach enlightenment, right? When it was introduced, it was something like a new airline, right? A very fast one with maybe 4 or 5 times the speed of sound, right? So you can reach Beijing in a much more efficient way. So this this chanting of end, okay, is a practice where you don't get physical. You just chant. Then came 2019. Dr. Pang introduced 中字庄 Z, because there's 3 Z there. So we call it 中字庄. And this 中字庄, there's some people also blended in with a big horse stand, right? You know, the big horse stand means you stand like a very low, the thighs almost parallel to the floor. Okay, what are the differences of all this? In level 1, level 2, level 3, the plan, the original plan back in the 1980s, it is about 1 stone killing 2 birds. What do you mean by 1 stone killing 2 birds? Because in the 1980s, that this original plan is you work on the Hunyuan place. All right, where is the Hunyuan place? That is the place somewhere close in between your navel and the sternum. All right, I hope you understand. Okay, that is the center of your 5 internal organs. So by working on this area, you will get the results of up here, qi of the central nervous system, and down there, your lower dantian qi, because, well, that's the middle. 1 stone killed 2 birds. But this one did not work out very well. And so that came in 1990s. Dr. Pang said that, oh, your bodily qi level is very low. He said, I have forgotten about the importance of this, you know. He said this. I started practicing at the age of 4. You guys started late, all right? So let's get serious. Let's get a bit tough, all right? So straight leg sitting were introduced. Tai Chi ball were introduced. Sometimes I look at it and I feel that Tai Chi ball has been wrongly neglected and also wrongly highlighted. What do you mean by wrongly neglected? Wrongly neglected because a Tai Chi ball 1 is a super good practice. Short, efficient to build up your membranous tissue. You don't see this in the book, sorry. But those who have attended our class, they would understand this. And wrongly highlighted is Tai Chi ball 2. You know, it looks good. Tai Chi ball 2, whoa. You know, you turn your hands this way. Yeah. I've seen so many of them develop shoulder injury because of this wrong, prematurely practicing Tai Chi ball 2. Tai Chi ball 2, if your membrane tissue is not there, you practice that, some of the exercises are going to give you problem. And some of the exercises are going to turn you into a gymnast. Why? Now, when I turn my ball, if I were to turn, whoa, I can feel the spiral inside, right? Not only in my arms, it's throughout my whole body. That's Tai Chi ball 2. You spiral with 2 balls. Yeah. But if you don't have internal qi inside, what you are doing is very physical. You become a gymnast. See, that's what I mean. Tai Chi ball 1 neglected by many people. 1 ball only, 2 balls high class. Right? Tai Chi ball 2, the name itself, 2 means level, higher level. Do. And then they develop shoulder problem. Right? Rotator cuff trying to protect itself and frozen up. I've seen many cases. Why people come to see me for this? Because I'm a therapeutic massage therapist. Yeah. Okay. So year 2000, the focus now is on lower dantian to build up an internal qi. And then 2016, you just sit down and chant, or you can walk, you can chant this 24 hourly. This one, the fashion go down very fast. It's just like the 8 qi cultivation methods. I think very few people are practicing 8 Qi cultivation methods now. This chanting was very popular. I mean, just imagine, you don't have to do boring thing like standing meditation. You don't have to do this tough thing like pushing the mountain. You just sit down and chant. Yeah. I mean, people took it that way, that you're going to reach high level. The mind is going to reach your mind, right? By just practice this. So it became popular, and then it came down. It is less popular now. I don't think it's still popular outside China. Maybe even in China, this has quieted down. And then 1999 came this Zhongzi Zhuang. Zhongzi Zhuang. Now, when you talk about Zhongzi Zhuang, the way I look at it, irrespective of whatever explanation put down into it and all that, this is a form of standing meditation, all right? Or a form of standing like a tree. I don't like the term standing meditation anyway. I'll explain later on, all right? So this is another form of standing like a tree, okay? So this is another form of Zhanzhuang, okay? And Zhanzhuang, you are going back down to your lower dantian, okay? Now, you tell me which one to choose. There's so many airlines now. You want to go to Beijing? So many airlines. Which one to choose? What did Dr. Pang say when he introduced Qi cultivation methods? These are good for you all to develop into level 4. Work on this. What did Dr. Pang said when he introduced Zhineng Tai Chi series? These are good things. It's going to build you very strongly and in a very efficient manner. What did Dr. Pang said when he introduced this chanting? Just practice this and you will reach high level. Okay? What did Dr. Pang said when he introduced GGG? Again, it is something good. You get what I mean? We have to look at it this way. Dr. Pang started practicing at the age of 4. He learned many, many things. Like what he said, that Zhineng Qigong is like a Tesco or a sundry shop. You get anything you want. We have so many things. But the trouble with this also is that when he was so generous, he's giving you everything, people get confused. Which one to choose? Which one to choose? How to recognize that? This one, you have to use your wisdom. You have to think carefully. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Yeah. Now, how to progress? Today, we only talk about very fundamental, very popular practices. Okay? How to reach minimal requirements, be it lift chi up, pour chi down, be it 3 centers merge, be it body mind form. I mean, those very popular exercises must be drilled brutally. My friend told me that, well, you have to practice this a lot. What should we drill? If you have to drill brutally, you have to spend a lot of time on one particular exercise or a few exercises. What should you do? What should you do? Now, I tell you my experience. Push the mountains. This push the mountains. Back in year 2000, yeah, I read an article of in the magazine. I only started practicing seriously in the year 1999, right? So, year 2000, I read, wow, you develop ESP by practicing this, pushed the mountains, right? 70% of those who attended the class, they develop ESP. 70% of them, they develop ESP in 2 weeks. 90 minutes per session. So I look at it and I say, whoa, now I practice, everything is dark. I open my eyes, only I can see it. I don't feel anything else. So I said, 2 weeks, and then you develop the ESP. Come on, this is too simple. Let's do it. So I started practicing, right? After work, I'm my own boss. I closed the door. I started practicing. Those days, there were no what we call USB drive, all this thing. No, you don't have that, right? So you put a CD onto the radio, onto the player, and then we'll just go and then push. Okay, slowly you increase from 15 minutes over time. A period of maybe about, I can't remember exactly, I have to refer back to the notes, about 2 weeks, I reached 90 minutes. Persisted 90 minutes. And then for 2 weeks after that, you close your eyes, do everything in the dark. In the dark. You don't see anything, you don't feel anything. So I was very, very disappointed, right? Well, I belong to the 30% who are not sensitive. I mean, 70% of those who attended the class for 2 weeks and then did push the mountain and develop this ability of seeing inside themselves, ESP. So that means I belong to the 30%. Then I read another passage says, by pushing it up to 2 hours, then it will be good. Okay, you have gone so far. 2 hours, let's go. So I put it up 2 hours. I can tell you when you reach 2 hours, the first hour is the most difficult to go through. Why? Extremely boring. You don't know what to do. You don't feel anything. You don't feel anything, right? So 2 hours, sorry, still you don't see much, but you have some very, very special experience. So normally I told them that I know what is happening inside pushing the mountains, right? Reaching 2 hours, reaching 45 minutes, 90 minutes, what is happening inside, the feeling of something is grabbing onto your bones, the feeling that at the end of the day, you put your hands down, you can't even move your fingers to switch off the land. For 5 minutes, they were just frozen there, that kind of sensation. Okay, then you have something else. You have to go, important, right? Business, very important, right? You got to make a living. So I went outside, went to other states, came back 3 days later. And then, okay, start the practice, put up the hands. I got a shock. Why do I feel pain 30 minutes into it? What happened to my 1 hour, 2 hours? What happened to that? So I was surprised. What happened to all this? So, well, I did not get the answer then. I did not get the answer. Only years later, after reading up and practicing and trying to experience all that, I realized what went wrong. All right? I have not done this for 10 years. Easily. But now, any single moment you ask me to put up my arms like this for half an hour, I can tell you, I feel it boring. There's no pain, nothing else inside. Yeah. If your internal chi is there, if your membranous tissue has grown, you will find that there's no problem. But if you have a problem, right, if the foundation is not there, you are going to lose it very, very rapidly. It's just like we have the steel structure ready for a concrete building. But sorry, no cement. You have no cement. So what happened? It can collapse very, very fast. That's the reason why we say that it is important for you to work on the foundation work. And if you were to look into many things like wall squat, at one time wall squat was very, very popular, yeah, and push the mountains and big horse stand. Why all these, they were like flash in the pan? I mean, if you're talking about wall squat, 30 wall squat a day, that is not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about hundreds of wall squat a day. I'm talking about pushing the mountains, because the mountains are there, you want to push them away, and then you stay there for 1-2 hours. Yeah. Why they were all flash in the pan? Because you don't really, if people don't really see the results, if you cannot really get what you want, you don't dub it. Many times I've been saying this, that in Qigong practices, if you're talking about Qigong as a form of science, right? So Qigong practice, you must apply that kind of thinking, which is scientific. What do you mean by scientific? Means you must have logical thinking. You must have analytical thinking, right? But you do wall squat, you don't get the kind of a thing that you want. What would you do? You can, it will be very hard for you to fall in love with the practice. Same thing for push the mountain. Same thing for big horse stand. Now, many times, many people say that wall squat is for. What is the purpose of wall squat? Anyone to answer? What is the purpose of wall squat? To open the lumbar, move the spine. What else? Strengthen your knees. Opening Mingmen, spine, yin and yang qi. Many years ago, I used to practice wall squat, yeah, 1-200 a day. Flow the qi all over the body, prevent healing reaction. I used to practice that. And I also thought that wall squat is going to loosen up the lumbar. It means opening up the Mingmen and all that. But I did not get the effect. I did not get what I wanted. I did not get the effect at all. So I stopped practicing. I stopped practicing wall squat because I found that it is not helping me to loosen up Mingmen. And also because during that, my son was in high school then. So I asked him to do wall squat, right? That brat, that young kid, he can't even have his hand touching the floor. I can do bend body arch back anytime, any moment with my what you call my hands flatly on the floor, no problem. But this guy, he can't even have his hands touching the floor. But do you know how he can do wall squat? He can put a fist like this, all right, the toes close to the wall, blindfold, and boom, going up and down. Yes, and he has to use a timer. Otherwise, time will go until 1 hour. He will do it for half an hour. He has the lumbar of what we call a plank, a piece of wood. He could do that. What is a reflection? This is not for the lumbar. But, well, since so many people were talking so much about this, I dare not say anything. And I was very, very glad in 2005 when I got the material on SLS, straight leg sitting. But Dr. Pang said wall squat is not effective to loosen the lumbar. Wall squat is very good for you to loosen your hip joints, your knees, and your ankle. Yes, very easy. We can teach you how, I mean, this is another story, yeah? How to do it. So that's the reason why I say sometimes you really need to have some analytical thinking, logical thinking. Yeah. And well, there were so many practices. Do you know how many practices are available in Dr. Pang's Tesco or Sunday shop? A friend who worked at the center told me once, including breathing exercise and all that, he said about 400. The big and small. Okay, we forget about those small ones. What do you want to practice? Do you have to practice everything? Do you have to pick up each and every one? Level 1, level 2, level 3, 8 Qi cultivation, SLS, Tai Chi Po 1, Tai Chi Po 2, and then chanting, and then ZZZ. You have to think, which one do you want to choose? And why are you not able to develop extrasensory perception? You have to think. Why? Let's say if you are practicing lift chi up, why are you still not able to develop an extraordinary capability? Why are you still not able to develop ESP? Okay. Like what we have said before, we are going to talk about the most common exercise, the most common exercises, level 1. What are the problems? Most people are practicing without aim. What do you mean by practicing without aim? What are the minimal requirements to reach a minimal level? What's the aim? What is the aim? What is behind the practice? Yeah, okay, I feel this open, close. I feel this, I feel that. That's the minimum, all right? And extrasensory perception. It is the marker. It is the learning outcome. Why am I not getting this? This is important. Mostly because when you are not bothering about this, when you're not paying attention on this, you most likely will not work towards this. Okay? Posture and execution problems. Posture. You see, lift chi up is one exercise to enhance or amplify our natural ability to make exchanges with the outside world. To make exchanges with the outside world in a relaxed manner, in a correct relaxation way. Okay? Now, that means the posture has to be right. If you're not able to do it correctly, if your lift chi up, you're not able to do it correctly, the posture, you will find it very, very difficult to slow down. Most of those who, I mean, I've been saying this, and Dr. Pang, what they call lectures already stated 1 minute per cycle. Why so many people are not able to slow down to 1 minute? It's very simple. The posture, the execution is not right. It's not right. Yeah. And when we talk about 3-center merge, we say the 3-center merge is a work on lower dantian. Okay, that's the main aim. 3-center merge is the most important part of 3-center merge is about lower dantian. But many people got it wrong or misguided by the interpretation of standing meditation. What to do? You have to go with the flow. Everybody is calling this standing meditation. But I actually do not like the word meditation. Standing meditation. That means what? Oh, I'm meditating when I'm standing. Huh? No. When you are standing, you're working on your your lower back. I like the description of hugging a tree. Yeah, you stand as if you're hugging a tree. I like that description. If you think that three centers merge is one practice where you're going to stand there and relaxingly think of beautiful things and having this sky coming into the body, this coming everywhere. Sorry, you got it wrong. Serious, I'm not joking. Yeah. People don't progress because that they take this too easily. They take this as something meditative. But I can tell you one story that years ago, I have a friend. He wanted to come to Malaysia. I told him, I'm sorry, I don't have the time. He said, I'm badly ill. I need to go to somewhere else where I can practice every day. Please. So I sent him to a friend's place in China. So he went there and then he called me. Yes, from China, he called me. And I said, wow, I saw this old man. He must be in his 70s. Whew. He stood there, standing meditation, 2 hours every evening. Yeah. He said, he has been here. I said, how are you going to talk to him? Yeah, somehow we have an interpreter. We're not very good in English, but we manage, you know. I said, tomorrow, take a good look, and then you stand your way. You stand like him and see whether you can do that. All right? He did not call me the next day. He called me the day after that. And he said that, I saw that now. They were standing like this. He was standing with the feet separated, you know. So he was standing like that. I did that. I could do that also. See, if the practice is for you to work on the lumbar, you have to find ways and means whereby you are actually putting up a posture that is working on the lumbar, not standing there and relax. No. Wrong ways to use the mind. This is another thing. When you talk about meditating while you are doing three centers merge, most of the time they were wrong. Yes, you're talking about three centers merge that I can stand there and then, okay, think of chi coming in from here, coming in from there, coming in from there. And in good posture, that's good. That is good. The trouble is that most people are not able to do that. And most people, they do it prematurely. Okay, this is important. Yeah. So this is wrong way to use the mind. Inability to persevere. Inability to persevere. Why? Because you do not know what is wrong inside. Right? Okay. How many of you here? You see, I've been telling people that the worst practice of all is what? Is three centers merge. Most people agree. The most difficult practice is three centers merge. How many of you here are not practicing three centers merge every day? Most people? Or maybe you let me know this. What is the problem with three centers merge that you hated the most? Why three centers merge is not popular? Your answer, please. Pain in legs, posture, and because, yes, it is boring. I get easily tired. Boring. Not being able to move is boring. That's the problem. You see, it was voted as the most boring practice. It is hard because why it is hard? Now, there are two things here, all right? Sometimes you have to get it right. It's difficult to stand with point of feet inward. It's hard. Well, anyway, we can sum up and say that most people don't like three-center merge. Yeah, and that's the reason why that you find it difficult to persevere. But I will let you know this. You see, Dr. Pang go round, and then it's coming back to telling you to practice ZZZ, which is a form of standing meditation. Or, sorry, a form of 站桩, standing like a tree. This is a very, very important exercise. Now, join our course, okay? Very short course, 3 hours. We tell you what to do. And then we take you into what to do. I'm quite sure you will not be disappointed, all right? And we will tell you how to persevere. Once you get the posture right, you don't really, many times, many people got it wrong. They thought that on day one means I have to turn completely inward, just like in the book. That's wrong, not true. Yeah. Give me a few seconds. Yeah. Sorry. So don't worry. If you join our course, we tell you what to do. Sometimes my friend asks me, how do you find times to practice so many hours a day? Yeah, when you're still seeing patients, you're running classes and all that. Top secret. I practice when I work. Yes, I have a special table whereby I can do three-center merge while working. And how? Well, I still practice 3 hours a day, honestly, because I enjoy practicing. I mean, not three-center merge alone, right? I do plenty of things. Okay, the inability to persevere is one important area that we have to look into. If you join our course, we'll tell you the keys to all those. Now, neglect the importance of cheat field. This is one very, very sensitive topic, right? What is in a cheat field? What is in the cheat field? Let me know. What do you think is in the cheat field? What is in the cheat field? There are three very important areas in a yes, information. It is the information. In the chip field, it is information. Information from who? Information from who? Yes, I know it is about information. Information from who? What universe? The information from the teacher is the most important one. When all things are equal, the space, the what you call the venue is the same, the crowd is the same. Different teacher will provide different information. Now you probably understand why I said that this is a sensitive topic. Yeah, and many times the people will say that you're pointing fingers. No, we're just telling you, very simple. If you have a chance to attend the class of Dr. Pang, do you want to attend the class of Ooi Kean Hin? You don't want. Why? Why? Because the information from Dr. Pang is much stronger than the information from Ooi Kean Hin. See? Simple as that. If the teacher has the information, let's say the teacher has the ability to perceive, to pick up information and all that from clients, from students and all that, right? You cannot take the class and say that, okay, I just want my student to be able to do this, but I do not want them to develop this ESP like what I can. You can't. You can't possibly do that. No. See? So when you take the class, your information is out there. And that's the importance of chip field. If you practice, that many of those who practice in we have major classes, yeah, module 1, module 2. Many of those who practice in module 2, they will tell you this, that somehow the qi sensations change. Some will tell you that now I don't even feel qi. Whatever with shapes and form are fake. Remember this? What do you feel now? It's just the scenery from here. Let's say you're from Mexico. From Mexico to Beijing, this is quite a long distance. So you're passing by Germany. Wow, beautiful scenery. So what you are feeling now is just that scenery. Whatever you feel, the qi sensation, it's just a scenery in Germany, not Beijing yet. If you reach Beijing, there's no shape, no form. Okay. So importance of chip field. This is important. And during the class, when we take a student in practice now, that you see them progressing relatively well. Sometimes many people ask me, is 3 hours upgrading good enough? That's good enough. Serious. Right? Because we are not going to tell you what you call, what is a sequence of lift qi up. No. We are just going deep into how to do a push-pull well. What do you mean by one move? When I move my arms, everywhere is moving. How can I do that? We're talking about that, right? And what comes after this? What is the next thing? Any other courses and all that? Well, we will eventually, when we have the time, all right? We will see what we should do eventually. Okay. Some ask, how do you sign up for this course? Very simple. Either you just send us an email. Yeah, we will start the course next Sunday. Okay. Some of them said that you said that the information is from universe or this and that and all this. And how sure are you the information of the teacher is so important? I can tell you this, we have this so-called Big Lachi class. Some of them develop ESP by just attending that class. But I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, we'll let you try it out. What do we do here? Okay. And we are running classes on this. This 30 USD for 12 sessions over 6 weeks. It's Big Lachi. You can taste the pudding now. You can try it out now. Yeah. You write to me or you write to Pacey, no problem. We'll show you the email later on. Okay, now tasting. Taste the pudding, all right? Sit down relaxingly. Okay, now we want you to do something else. We call it big la qi, big one, not a small one. How big is big? I'm going to show you. Okay, now I'm sitting down relaxingly. On breathing in, it is only natural. Don't think too much, all right? For today, this short period of time, don't think too much. Huh? On breathing in, I spread out my arms. On breathing out, it is only natural that my wings restored. On breathing in, it's going out. I'm breathing out. my arms are going to restore. Simple enough, right? Okay. So what we do is number one, open, close here, upper dantian. Okay. Don't touch your body. Then we go down to the chest, right? And then we go down to the middle dantian or your hunyuan place. Yeah. And then we go down to your navel or your lower dantian. Okay. All right. Simple enough. Okay. You spread out your arms relaxingly, just like this. On breathing in. And then you restore your arm on breathing out. Sit upright relaxingly. Look straight to the front relaxingly. Feel as if you are looking out from the middle of the brain relaxingly. Pull in your vision and close your eyes gently. From the middle of the brain, think of the blue sky. Think the blue sky on top of your head, beneath your feet, surrounding you. Think of the endless blue sky. Drop your hands deep down beneath your feet and then lift up diagonally up to eye level, upper dantian open, close, synchronize with your breath. Breathe in, open up. Breathe out, restore. Flap your wings. You're a big bird flying in the sky. Lower your hands to your chest. Big open, close. The blue sky is in the chest. Blue sky is outside. Blue sky is inside. Lower your hands, middle dantian. Lower your hands, lower dantian. Slip in all the surrounding qi. Hands on your navel. Relax, relax. Relax. Put on a hearty smile. Send your smile to all the cells of your body. Send your smile to all your friends throughout the whole world. Everyone is smiling back at you. The body is getting easier and brighter. Relax. Relax. Keep smiling. Relax. Separate your hands. Talk not finished yet. Open your eyes. This is our big Lachi sessions. Yeah. You can go to my Facebook and take a look. Okay. This is the August New York time zones. Monday, Wednesday, 9 p.m. New York time. Okay. This is the upgrading class that we are going to have. Your investment will be 80 USD. Okay, 50 USD for those who have joined our workshops. Don't worry about those in Europe. Don't have to worry that we are going to have a class for the Europe. I have the same talk uh, for the Europe one. Yeah, but right this moment, most of them in Europe are having a good time. Holiday season. So many friends told me, "Hey, don't. It's too hot now. I have to go somewhere else." Investment 80 USD, 50 USD for those who have joined our workshops. Right. 19 minutes lessons over 6 Saturdays. One lesson on how to work efficiently on Lift Chi Up. One lesson on how to practice 3 sentences much efficiently. I can tell you this what you call the mind in Qi, that the moment you give a command and Qi propel your arms into movement and all this, we have practitioners who experience that within 6 months. Yeah. And this expansion and contraction, that one is normally within 1 or 2 lessons. And how to practice 3 sentence merge efficiently. We have practitioners who open up the SI within a year. Of course, she's exceptional. She worked very hard. Sometimes this is exceptional. Yeah, serious practice of 1 year, and then this SI open up. Once the SI are open, we'll tell you that you have to practice differently, right? We're not going to talk about this here anyway. All right, and then there will be 4 lessons on guided practice and Q&A, so 6 lessons altogether. Individual inspection of 3 sentence merge through photograph means you send us photograph on how you stand and all this. Yeah. At what time? 9 p.m. New York. So what is the time then? It's the same time as now. Same time as this lecture. Same, exactly the same time. Okay, bye for now. And of course, you have any question, you can ask now. We still have some time to spare. The course will start next Saturday. The course will start next Saturday, right? So the next Saturday, what is the date? I also remember. I can't remember. Three sentence merge opens something. 3 sentence merge open your Mingmen, opens your lower back, your lumbar. Yeah? Yes, it should be 25th. Any more question? Okay, no more question. So is this the same course as the internal Qi course recently? Not quite the same. These internal Qi courses, we don't talk about Lift Qi Up that much. But if you have gone through the files in M1 and all this, you probably know quite a little bit, quite substantially about Lift Qi Up. Yes, those who sign up for the course, they'll get recording. What about focus the mind, fight against monkey mind? Sometimes this is blown out of proportion. right? Sometimes I joke to them. So yeah, when I take a lift you up, it's always somewhere around 30 minutes, all right? And then, you know how many unwanted thoughts I have in these 30-minute sessions? 2 unwanted thoughts. Each of them lasts 15 minutes, 1-5. Yeah, do not do not worry excessively about this. The moment you realize that you are thinking too much, just focus back. That's it. All right, no regrets, and don't blame yourself for thinking what you call what. Don't blame yourself for having a monkey mind. Okay, thank you all. Bye bye.